Hey guys, it's Mike the Baldadonis. Today's episode, we're going to talk about me, the Baldadonis 20 years ago. Me being vain, having an ego, thinking I'm all that. And I'll tell you why and how I became the Baldadonis. But first, we have to go back in time, show you what I used to look like. Skinny, skinny little fuck. Look at me. That's me around 16 years old. 17? Yeah, about 16 years old. I don't know how much I weighed then, but I played basketball a lot, always very thin. So at one time, and part of my story, as with the motorcycle accident, we're going back in time. And some of that time after the motorcycle accident, I had to go and do some time. Yeah, I was in prison. 5.5 years worth of my time from my early 20s to my mid 20s. So when I came home from prison, I was eager to eat clean, well, eat anything that was real food, obviously, supplements, and trying steroids. And my first experience with supplements, it did some work for me. You know, I was trying to bulk up. I wanted to be big, but I found that the supplements were too racy with all kinds of stimulants in there. I would never sleep. It was just too racy for me. But I always took something because after working out for 5.5 years, now I'm reaching for things that I wanted to be a whole different person than I was coming out of jail. So, on one of the occasions, I started doing a steroid called Winstrel V, and that's a cutting steroid. It was my first taste of a steroid. I never tried steroids at this particular time, and I heard it would get you ripped up, but be muscular as well. So I'm gonna show you some pictures, and this one, I came home at 2:15. And taking Winstrel got me down to 192, a little too thin for my tastes. If you can see that, at 6'4", 192. I don't know how much body fat I have on there. I'm guessing probably around 6 to 7%. You couldn't pinch anything. Okay, there was no fat on me. So I didn't want to go down that route. I wanted to go up a little bit bigger. So the next step was finding a steroid. Now I'm reaching out. I'm trying to, whoever has steroids, I'm going to try to get it. So my next level, this is probably me around 200. Yeah, 200 maybe. So you can start seeing the change that I'm having now. I like that picture. It looks pretty good. Still, you know, a little thin in the arms, but I'm seeing a difference. I'm getting bigger. So that doesn't stop from there. Now I want more. It's an ego thing. You know, you start seeing your body change. You saw the first picture, how thin I was. Now I'm working my goal. I want to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So the next steroid, I'm not sure which one I was taking because I was just reaching out and taking whatever I get my hands on. So this is me at 215. The reason why I know it's 215 is because I started doing modeling, and I fucked that up because taking the steroids, it would make me sweat a lot. I was anxiety, nervous, but I'll show pictures maybe on another video. But this is me at 215. I like that. Looks good, right? Why would somebody change that want to change from looking like that, right? 215. So after that runs out, I'm looking for the next steroid to get me even bigger. Here's me at 240. 240, 6'4". I'm starting to fill out, okay? But as you can see, you see the back, you see a lot of pimples on that. That's what steroids do to you. It's a nasty, nasty drug. It will get you big, or thin, wherever case you want to go. But that's one of the side effects, is a nasty, disgusting breakout of your whole body. Okay, now, back in the day, we used to use these cameras, this throwaway cameras. Remember taking them to the 24-hour place at, Walmart, Walgreens, whatever it was, Walgreens. We didn't have today's cell phones and taking pictures. So I did lose a bunch of pictures at me at 250, 260, 270. But the next stage, after being around 260, I had a heart attack. 5 years of doing steroids, gaining 105 pounds. Here's me at 280. I got to 296, but here's me at 280. This is my bedroom door. As you can see how big my back was. Okay. Now, I'm not feeling very Baldadonis like in these pictures. Matter of fact, after the steroids, they put you on all kinds of medication. Your body's reacting to all these chemicals in your body. I kept getting bigger and bloated. So this whole thing, at the time I was starting out with the steroids, was more of a goof. I started out personal training, and the ideal body was to look like this, which eventually it did for a few years. But yeah, it was more of a goof. I was watching The Simpsons, and they showed Homer on the couch, and some guy drew a picture of him in his underwear, sleeping. He goes, I'm going to call him my Baldadonis. And that's when I stole the name from The Simpsons, and I called myself the Baldadonis. Being funny for the most time, I was giving to my clients, my family, my friends. Just having a good old time about it. But at the same time, when you see your body change dramatically and being thin, or even being overweight, you start seeing your body change, and your ego starts to go, or your confidence is high. It was more of being silly, but it did take on the ego. And after seeing the heavier side, obviously I retired the name. But for YouTube, after 20 years, I think it's a good YouTube name, and for what I'm going to use the channel for, But there'll be more stories, so stay tuned. Subscribe for those who haven't. Just hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'm making more videos. So I hope you guys enjoy it. On that note, Baldadonis out.